Hello there, I'm here today with a 1999 Scotts S2046, basically 20 horsepower, 46-inch cut. This was manufactured by John Deere for Scotts. Today's information will be in regards to your dry belt. I'm going to offer some tips on the install and also the part number for the belt and where I purchased it. First off, purchased the belt on eBay. It's a Kevlar replacement drive belt for the John Deere. The part number is GX10644. The cost of this belt was $27 and the shipping was free. I've made hopefully what will be a simple diagram here. Let me pull this out just a little bit. Basically, I've illustrated it to make it as simple as possible, I hope. And basically, belt loops around the rear end, goes up. Here's your first pulley that's on the left hand side. The V side of the belt rather, touches the pulley and goes directly up the left side of the frame to your PTO, as you can see here. Comes around, comes back down the right hand side of your chassis, and then it'll come up on the next pulley, and the V side of the belt touches that pulley, V style pulley, okay? The belt loops around to the right, and then it cuts back over here to the left. This pulley is kind of in the center, and it is a flat style pulley, so basically the flat side of the belt touches and goes around it to the left, and then basically the belt angles through this basically open area back to the rear end. Fairly simple. I've tried different shots. It's a little difficult to get a complete shot from the back of the mower showing everything, so I'm going to just elaborate a few things because I think the diagram speaks for itself and simplifies it, but I want to get up under here to show you a few things that I did that helped simplify things for me when I did the install, being it's not my mower. Okay, now what I did on this unit, so I'm going to try to get the, there we go. Okay, here is the pulley that's on the right hand side. The V side of the belt touches it. As you can see, sorry, I can get the right picture here. V style goes around it. It's your flat pulley that I was describing here. Comes back around, and see how the belt, if I can get the right shot, angles off there. I'm trying to get the best shot I can. I apologize for that. It's just this lawnmower in the design, it makes it a little difficult to get the raise out of it that you need. There's a few things that you have to disconnect to install your dry belt. Basically, you have this bracket here that you have to remove in order to get the belt looped around it. This just unbolts on both sides. I think this is a 10mm nut on each side. You also have to undo your steering arm here, which basically connects up here to your steering knuckle. It's got a cotter pin. You take that out. Basically, you can take this rod and literally turn it sideways because it's got a groove cut in it here to where you turn it to where you get the groove lined up in the bar. It'll come right out because this definitely has to come out in order for the belt to be installed when you loop it. Routing it, or rather installing it. I start the belt from the rear and basically routed it through all these pulleys until basically I had the belt basically hanging down below this point. Now you're probably saying, well, how did you get the belt around the PTO? I had this bracket still removed, and being that there is a boatload of tension on your clutch spring here, it makes it extremely difficult trying to get, in my opinion, the belt around either one of these pulleys to ease the tension. But if you go ahead and route your belt around your rear PTO and around this pulley here in the back, basically have the belt, like I said, just basically laying below the front here. Take yourself a heavy duty flathead screwdriver, stick it in between the belt and then pry it up to and around this pulley. It took me like a minute once I figured out the best way to route it. I don't know what the book says about routing it, but for me that's worked the best. And basically with the screwdriver and the bracket here not installed, it gave me the leverage to get the belt around to the front, and then you don't have to sit here and deal with that clutch spring, which has a crap load of pressure on it, and it's a little difficult to get enough slack in the belt to get it around the V-style or the V-style or flat style pulley here in the center. So hopefully this has been beneficial. I wish I could get some better shots, but if you have any questions, by all means ask. I know this isn't a step-by-step, but I tried to give a few brief details in the diagram so that basically if you have to install this, this will help make things a little simpler. And I would recommend, if you're replacing your drive belts, that you take your plastic pulleys off and clean them, because they actually have little drain holes in them. And on this unit that I worked on for a friend of mine, the drain holes were clogged up with dirt and debris, and even though these are steel bearings, stuff will get in them and chew them up, and if it chews up your belt, then you're not mowing. So hopefully this has been helpful, and that's about it. Thanks a lot.